Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about the February Revolution. In Russia, the February Revolution begins when riots and strikes over the scarcity of food erupt in Petrograd. 1 week later, centuries of Tsarist rule in Russia ended with the abdication of Nicholas II, and Russia took a dramatic step closer towards communist revolution. By 1970s, the most Russian had lost faith in leadership ability of the Tsarist regime. Government corruption was rampant, the Russian economy remained backward, and Nicholas repeatedly dissolved the Duma. The Russian parliament established after the revolution of 1905 when it opposed his will. However, the immediate cause of the February Revolution, the first phase of Russian Revolution of 1970s, was Russia's disastrous involvement in World War I. Militarily, Imperial Russia was no match with industrialized Germany, and Russian casualties were greater than those sustained by any nation in any previous war. Meanwhile, the economy was hopelessly disrupted by the costly war effort, and moderates joined Russian radical elements in calling for the overthrow of the Tsar. On March 8, 1917, demonstrators clamoring for bread took to the street in Russian capital of Petrograd, now known as St. Petersburg. Supported by 90,000 men and women on strike, the protesters clashed with police but refused to leave the streets. On March 10, the strike spread among all the Petrograd's workers, and errant mob of workers destroyed police station. Several factories elected deputies to the Petrograd Soviet or Council of Workers Committee, following the model devised during the revolution of 1905. In March 11, the troops of the Petrograd army garrison were called out to quell the uprising. In some encounters, regiment opened fire, killing demonstrators, but the protesters kept to the street and troops began to waver. That day, Nicholas again dissolved the Duma. On March 12, the revolution triumphs when regiment after regiment of the Petrograd garrison defected to the cause of the demonstrators. The soldiers, some 150,000 men, subsequently formed a committee that elected deputies to the Petrograd Soviet. The imperial government was forced to resign. The Duma formed a provincial government that peacefully viewed with the Petrograd Soviet for control of the revolution. The next day, March 15, Tsar Nicholas II abdicated the throne, whose refusal of the crown brought to the end of the Tsarist aristocracy. The new provincial government, tolerated by the Petrograd Soviet, hoped to salvage the Russian war effort while ending the food shortage and many domestic crises. It would prove a daunting task. Soviet leaders and Duma leaders from a provincial government to run the country. Russia's future would be decided by the Constituent Assembly elected on the basis of adult universal suffrage. Thank you.